Wait a second, wish. Ruth! Hurry! It came from over there! Right over here! Release me!
Drop them!
Damn it!
What the?
Let's move.
First off, let me just say, The Last of Us Part 1 is probably the best video game and video game story ever made. If you have not already, play it. It is 10 out of 10. So, with Last of Us 1, just some quick setting stuff before we get to the juicy character arcs, which probably, make it 10 out of 10. Post-apocalypse, fungus zombies, runners are fast Dawn of the Dead remake zombies, clickers are tankier, slower, but they insta-kill you. Strong zombies, bloaters are bigger and stronger clickers, shamblers are sort of suicide clickers. Suicide bomber clickers. Okay, the zombies eventually break down inside of buildings and stuff to spread spores which burst through the tops of their heads, very similar to the cordyceps fungus with ants. The difference being ants try to get as high as they can before the fungus bursts out of the top of their head, and in order to spread the spores as far as they possibly can rather than spreading them inside houses and stuff. The tone is very bleak. The humans in the world are not much better. You basically have 4 different types. You have the brutal repressive government that test and execute people without their consent or will. You have the commie collective fireflies who are no better and literally willing to sacrifice children at some point. You have the raiders that kill, rape, and rob, and then finally you have the pedo cannibals. The only really legitimate place appears to be the Jackson community, which is where our main characters sort of end up. Righto, now we've got the housekeeping out of the way, we'll move on to the character arcs.
Let's get this done!
Righto, so the central character arc is basically Joel losing his daughter to a cruel world, subsequently being traumatized by it, gradually overcoming that trauma to adopt Ellie as a surrogate daughter. Everything else in the story is basically in service to that arc. What's best about the story is it's actually very, very subtle and it takes its time really quite well. For example, one of the main thematic objects in it is Joel's watch, but it is not overtly stated much at all. It gets broken. It was a gift from his daughter at the outbreak of the infection, and it gets broken at the time of his daughter's death. So symbolically, it is indicative of Joel's being locked in the moment of his daughter's death. The second arc basically introduces Ellie, and at the climax of the second arc, she points out that his watch is broken. And right then and there, you should know exactly how good the story is going to be. Not obvious, but it does exactly what it needs to do. All throughout the third arc is essentially conscious Joel trying to get rid of Ellie because he realizes he's already started to imprint his surrogate daughter role onto her, and he realizes if she gets killed, it's probably going to drive him over the edge. And the climax of this arc, it ends with Tessa's death, basically forcing Joel and Ellie together on the journey to try and get to the Fireflies. So what's best about this arc is every in-game action basically is Joel protecting Ellie and Tess, whereas every cutscene action shows Joel deliberately attempting to get rid of Ellie in order to minimize the chances of her being killed in front of him or as a result of his negligence or responsibility. So basically you can already see sort of how traumatized Joel is. So the next beat in the story is the introduction to Bill, who is a hardcore survival nut loner, who plays out as an example of Joel's attempted conscious actions of abandoning loved ones so as not to lose them and wind up alone. The climax of this arc being ultimately that Bill still loses Frank, and having lost Frank, descends further into his isolationist self-protection spiral with his cold goodbye of Joel. Bill is a clear archetype representing Joel's conscious mind at the start of the surrogate adoption of Ellie. He's callously avoiding attachment to her to avoid the pain of loss of his daughter, like replaying itself through Ellie. The next one is a juxtaposition of that position. It is the story beat of the death of Sam and the subsequent suicide of Henry. This is just to outline the consequences of failure and the possibility for Joel's and Ellie's relationship, and to set up extra bleakness and tension in the story. It might very well be an outcome of what may happen in the event of Ellie's brutal death. It may trigger Joel to suicide out of grief and trauma of the loss of his own daughter, or he might descend into callousness like Bill. It just sets the stakes in the world very well. But it isn't a random story act. It is obviously linked to the trauma of Joel losing his daughter still, and trying to overcome that trauma and adopt Ellie as a surrogate daughter. The next story beat is basically the last gasp of Joel's conscious mind attempting to reject Ellie in order to avoid losing her. They meet up with Tommy and Maria at Jackson, and Joel attempts to palm her off as quickly as possible. The climax of the arc is basically Ellie saying she needs Joel. Joel's the best parent figure, protective figure she's had, and basically is basically at the end of it, Joel essentially adopts her as a surrogate daughter. The second last story beat are basically the pedo cannibals and Ellie's Jonah and the Whale arc, where Ellie saves Joel from the belly of the beast. She's captured by sweet-talking pedo cannibals and then brutally self-defense murders their pedo cannibal leader. This just serves to traumatize Ellie a bit and forces her to forego Joel's protection in order to protect him. Just highlights how much Ellie needs Joel. The climax of the story is Ellie's obvious brutal self-defense murdering of the lead pedo cannibal, and a wounded Joel basically tearing apart the whole encampment of the pedo cannibals until he finds and rescues Ellie. This brings us to the final and best arc in the game. Up until now, it would be 9 out of 10 easy. Even if they fumbled the ending, it would still be great. But instead, they kind of nail the ending, and it makes it like 11 out of 10. So they've already cemented their father-daughter relationship through murder of pedos and appreciation of giraffes. They find the Fireflies capture them, and in order to make a cure to the zombie apocalypse, they need to kill Ellie in order to make like a vaccine or a cure. They try to, when they capture them, Ellie is unconscious, so they try to kill Ellie like straight away, so she never even knows, and doesn't have a choice and can't consent or acknowledge that she wants to make the cure at the cost of her life. You should always ask for consent, kids. So as any good father would do, Joel kills the lot of the date rape, brain harvesting, no backsies Fireflies in order to save Ellie. So if you believe the Fireflies, that would have created a cure to the zombie apocalypse. But how much stock can you truly put into people that drug people and attempt to harvest their brains without their consent in service to a collective ideology? As a result, Joel may have condemned the world to the zombie apocalypse in order to save Ellie. His escape culminates in the brutal execution headshot of the head Firefly Marlene. To prevent reprisal. He gets away with Ellie and eventually lies to Ellie to protect her from any future possible choice of hers of self-destruction in the search of a cure that may kill her. So at this point, the Fireflies are like semi-revolutionary sucker bombing governments and stuff like that. So their search for a cure would have been more of a propaganda win rather than actively looking for the salvation of mankind. In order to try and achieve their propaganda win, they attempted child sacrifice. Child sacrifice is never good in religions, especially in secular religions such as any form of collective ideology where they get to overwrite individual human will. If the Fireflies were not after a propaganda win and essentially revolution from a government that was dictatorial, yes, but doing its best to contain the infection, they would have let the government know about Ellie rather than try and traffic her to there in order to make a shoddy version of their cure, in order to essentially cause a revolution in the people to overthrow the government and install the Fireflies. So the Fireflies are the assholes, in my opinion. They have always been the assholes. They tried to murder a kid without the kid's consent. Yeah, you got to side with Joel. You got to side with Joel on that one. And of course, Joel comes across as the rugged anti-hero hero who stood up for the individual's rights, even in potentially the face of Armageddon. Strong hero story arc. Love it. 11 out of 10 game. I'm going to do a part 2. I'm going to do a part 2 on how the Left Behind DLC was complete bullshit progressive nonsense, and all the changes in the TV show that were also bullshit progressive nonsense. So I'm going to do one for the Left Behind, and I'm going to go all in on the interracial minor relationship between Ellie and Riley. From there, we're going to pick apart the communism and the race swapping in the Last of Us TV show. So the best thing about this one is, even though it tries to have progressive values in a bunch of areas, the main plot of this is conservative in structure. You've got a biblical story here with Ellie rescuing Joel, so that's Jonah and the whale. And yeah, you've got traditional conservative family surrogate daughter, surrogate father family arc in here, which is, you know, firmly against all forms of progressivism and all forms of Marxism, which are all trying to destroy the family unit. So, yeah, it is, despite their best efforts with the DLC, and despite their best efforts in injecting as much AIDSy woke bullshit into the TV show, the overall structures that make this story really good are not progressive.
Oh God! Bound! You see anything?
Nothing over here.
This is bullshit. Hey, over here! God damn it! Fuck! Find anything? So done with this. Oh, shit. Better start running!
Spider sighted. Let's see what's up. I got you covered. Run over there! Follow me! Nika!
Gotcha!
Wait a second, wait!
Hurry! It came from over there! Right over here! Release me!
Drop them!
Damn it! Let Jesus.